As a story, this could hardly get bigger. Uh, the news which has come out from America today is that Epstein had no client list. There was no murder. He died by suicide. The implications for Prince Andrew are enormous. The implications for Donald Trump, particularly after the hints from Elon Musk, are enormous. Both of them seem to be exonerated. This is the latest findings released by the United States Department of Justice on Jeffrey Epstein. A newly published memo states unequivocally there is no evidence Epstein kept a client list for blackmail, nor that he was murdered in prison, and this announcement appears to bury years of fevered speculation, but it has immediate and significant implications, particularly for Britain's Prince Andrew and for America's President Donald Trump. The memo, a formal communication from the DOJ and the FBI, says no incriminating client list exists, no credible evidence of blackmail of prominent individuals. Epstein's death in 2019 was a suicide consistent with autopsy findings and 10 hours of surveillance footage showing no one entering his cell. And this determination contradicts conspiracy theories that Epstein was silenced to protect a network of powerful abusers. It also directly undermines the promise of Attorney General Pam Bondi, who earlier this year claimed a client list was sitting on her desk. And you think, how did this happen? How did we get to this point where conspiracy has taken over from fact? And then how can we actually believe the fact? I'm sure there's plenty of people listening to this now, watching this now, who are saying, well, I still think there's a client list. I still think that Prince Andrew or Donald Trump are dodgy, but being dodgy is not necessarily the same as being connected with Jeffrey Epstein. And this announcement has inflamed disbelief among many, including Elon Musk, no doubt, far-right influencers, even sections of the MAGA movement. But behind the outrage, there are profound implications, both for the reputations of figures like the President of the United States and the Duke of York, and for public trust in institutions. The Justice Department's memo was stark in its simplicity. No evidence of a client list, no credible indication that Epstein blackmailed the rich and the powerful, no basis to prosecute any uncharged third parties. The memo says, perpetuating unfounded theories that Epstein serves neither justice nor the interest of victims. Perpetuating unfounded theories about Epstein serves neither justice nor the interests of the victims. To reinforce the findings, the FBI released 10 hours of jailhouse surveillance footage confirming no one entered Epstein's cell before his death. Yet the timing and the tone of this disclosure have only fueled more suspicion among those who believe that Epstein and the Epstein saga was the key to unveiling an elite paedophile ring. The statement has critical ramifications for Britain's Prince Andrew. Recall how he settled the civil lawsuit with Virginia Giuffre, who alleged that she'd been trafficked to him by Epstein. And although the Duke of York paid a reported $12 million, he's always strenuously denied wrongdoing. And this memo likely means the FBI's formal scrutiny of Andrew has now concluded absolutely. The fact remains that Prince Andrew was part of Jeffrey Epstein's social circle. He was photographed with Giuffre, and his disastrous BBC interview in 2019 cements an impression of evasion and privilege. Thus, while he may be free from further criminal inquiries, the stain on his reputation is indelible. For Donald Trump, the memo is doubly embarrassing. Firstly, because his administration has aggressively promised full transparency, complete with photo opportunities of influencers leaving the White House carrying binders marked Epstein files. Secondly, because in the end, Trump's own Justice Department found no incriminating material and essentially undercut years of conspiracy theories that he and his allies have amplified. And the spectacle of Elon Musk accusing Trump of appearing in the same secret Epstein documents only to delete the claim illustrates a broader reality that these conspiracies have outgrown their creators. The final irony is that in 2019, Trump himself mused darkly about Epstein's death. I wonder what happened. Now the Trump administration must defend the conclusion it once implicitly cast into doubt. This episode reveals something critical about our era. Once a narrative takes hold that someone is hiding something, no quantity of official documents can actually restore public trust. Millions will continue to believe that there must be a hidden client list, as millions will continue to believe that the moon landings were faked, that surveillance footage was tampered with, that Epstein's death was an assassination. Meanwhile, real victims such as Jeffrey, who tragically took her own life, will be eclipsed by the obsession with celebrity names. The Justice Department memo is likely the definitive government position on the Epstein scandal. It won't change from here. But it's unlikely to settle the matter in the public imagination. This final word, therefore, from the FBI and the DOJ does little to absolve those like Prince Andrew who allow themselves to be drawn into Epstein's orbit or into his web. Nor does it absolve Donald Trump of cynical opportunism in promising revelations that never existed. Yet perhaps the most sobering implication is this: conspiracy theories are not defeated by evidence alone. They are defeated only when the public's hunger for simple, malevolent explanations is replaced by a willingness to grapple with the more banal truth, namely that sometimes evil flourishes in plain sight without elaborate blackmail plots, without the hidden hand of a secret cabal trying to manipulate the world's powerful. In the end, evil is banal. That's the point. Evil is commonplace. And evil exists. Those are the only two things we need to know. And it's, yeah, I don't think we need to go any further.